All right, so I want to talk about how Gen Z. I might have to start putting my hand up, my my camera up higher than usual because I'm pretty sure y'all would like to see, the background properly versus seeing my chin, my Adam's apple all the time. So, yeah. Anyway, so about driving and stuff like that. My generation, Gen Z. We aren't driving apparently like the whole, like we just not making these whole milestones that previous generations, especially who boomers have and stuff like that. You see, this is the thing, right? Us Gen Z, we're constantly being bullied by boomers, especially. Boomers, they're the main people. They're the main ones over here complaining. But we ever keep constantly being bullied by boomers why aren't you out there driving and stuff like that? Why don't you have a car? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? It's always something. Why aren't you doing this? And even if we are doing something, we're still not doing it right. Like, boomers can't give us a break for nothing. Like, why aren't you... Hold on. I can't see the plane, but I was about to make some joke or whatever, but why you should be wanting to travel more and stuff like that. Don't you want to be free with a car and stuff like that? Like, what are you talking about, boomers? What in the world are you even talking about? Like let's use myself for an example. I am 25 years old and I have no clue how to drive. Yep, you heard that right. I do not know how to drive. I have a I know I just said I have no clue, but in a sense I do, okay? One pedal is for braking, one pedal is for, one pedal is for braking and one pedal is for acceleration. That's simple. And then for some manual cars, one pedal is for clutching. So, yeah. But anyways, going back on topic, the thing is, why in the world don't I know how to drive, right? Now, this video might be slightly a recap from the original Styles channel, a video from the original Styles channel. So if you know, welcome back and stuff like that. So this is the thing with why I don't know how to drive. Okay, it just never happened. Okay, that's the easiest answer. It just never happened. I thought it was just something that happens in your life and stuff like that. They're supposed to teach you. Your parents or whatever are supposed to teach you, but that's not what happened though. My parents did not teach me how to drive at all. This person is literally on the crosswalk. Yeah, but my parents didn't even teach me how to drive. Okay? Nuh-uh. It's like whatever reason we couldn't go get behind the wheel for nothing. Who are a boomer, my childhood parents is a boomer, they didn't want to teach us how to drive for nothing. Like, I don't know, like, we cannot be behind the wheel for nothing. So we're over here, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to learn how to drive and stuff like that. So whatever, the school would teach us. So by the time I'm going to school and stuff like that, I'm thinking, all right, I need to learn how to drive because I'm like 16 years old and I'm seeing my peers over here driving, but I'm not. So that's why I decided to use my own freedom or liberties or whatever to go and ask the school, can they teach me how to drive? The thing is, I thought my parents was going to be mad at me for asking the school to teach me how to drive and stuff like that, which I guess they wasn't. But besides, I wasn't even living in their house at the time. I was living in my biological parents' house, not my childhood parents' house, okay? So I know that may be confusing, especially for you new viewers, but just hear me out. Just listen to the words to the way they are. So anyways, I thought they was gonna be jealous, stuff like that, but I eventually took a driver's class or whatever. I'm 18 years old by time, okay? Hold up. All right, so yeah, so I'm taking the class and stuff like that in my senior year of high school and stuff like that. I'm just taking it. Next thing you know, the teacher brought up money. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? In my head, well, money, like for what? Like, you have to pay this, you have to pay that and stuff like that. I'm like, I do not have money. I do not have money. All right, so the next thing to do is ask parents. But wait a minute. My parents taught me not to beg them for nothing. Do not beg people for nothing. Do not even beg the parents. Ask the parents for money, because what you gonna do with it? They always say work for your money. Who are a boomer and an Xer, all right? So then, next thing you know, I passed the class, but I was not able to, take it any further. I was permitted to drive, but I had to take it the next step. But I was 18 years old when this all happened. Unfortunately, it didn't go nowhere because, one, I have no clue what a money order was. And then I just didn't know what to do, okay? Because my parents, who was my childhood parents back then, was a boomer and a Gen Xer that somehow thought that I was supposed to magically get everything together. So there's that. I'm behind versus all my peers and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking I'm supposed to be learning how to drive and stuff like that. And not only that, by me not driving at max 18 years old, I already felt the social pressures of falling behind in society, because I thought I was less of a man because I didn't know how to drive, or let alone even had a car and stuff like that. Because I remember one time in 4th grade, I was collecting a whole bunch of cans. My teacher said, I think 40 cents per can. I did the math. I did the math and everything, and I have 500 something cans and stuff like that. I think it was supposed to be like, $2,000, something like that. I remember it different back then, but just hear me out. The point is, I was collecting cans. I was going to give me a bunch of stuff. I was going to buy me a car, my license and everything, but that, I was slapped in the face by 60 cents per pound. I only got $11 back, and that lady behind the counter was laughing when I was so upset because I was going to finally buy a Nintendo DS. All that aside, okay, because I'm distracted. So here's the thing now. I'm 25 years old and still don't know how to drive. Okay, now why is that? One, I can't afford it. I cannot afford a car. I can't afford even the class. So I'm stuck. And then I can't afford to, what's it is I can't afford? It was something. Oh, a house. And even the time. It's gotta be loud because I'm next to a lot of stuff. Beautiful trains everywhere. And so I cannot afford the time because I gotta work so dang much. By time I finally have an off day, I'm too tired to even get up to even go to a class. And then not only that, the money situation. I don't make enough money to go to these classes, these driving school classes. And then not only to mention, a lot of these driving school classes out in Chicago, even the cities around it, doesn't support people over the age of 25, I think. 21, if I remember, voice crack. Remember correctly. So I'm stuck. So where I'm supposed to learn how to drive? Just ask your family. I don't have a family, okay? I don't have a family. My entire family is divorced. My entire family. I've been through three divorces, okay? The only families that's currently in what you call in service is my post-biological family and my post-childhood family, all right? There was a modern family, but that they just recently separated, okay? So I'm no longer a part of that family. So there's that. But anyways, going past that, I don't have a family to rely on as far as jobs. And like I said, because my family is so separated and divorced, everybody's doing their own lives and they have to focus on doing whatever it is they need to do. So I'm not going to burden any of my families for driving and all that. Excuse me. And not only to mention, hold up. All right, my voice was really going out, so I had to drink some water. But not only to mention, right, my Gen Z siblings of pretty much mainly my post-childhood family, we don't know how to drive either. So where I'm gonna get this help from, okay? Where I'm gonna learn how to drive. Now let's put that to a side for example. Let's just say I did knew how to drive, okay? How I'm gonna buy a car? What they talk about, you gotta have a great credit score and stuff like that, make this kind of money, blah 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 this, blah 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 that, and just to even rent a car. And I'm just not finding out I am now eligible to rent out a car now by me being age 25, at least for here in Illinois. I don't want to do no whole car payment stuff, okay? And all these cars, visual scan, all these cars are over here super expensive. Like even the used cars are super expensive, and it's not making sense at all. Like, I'm not understanding this. Like, apparently a lot of these car lots, these car dealerships, their lots are extremely full with all these new cars and stuff like that. I bet even some slightly older cars, they're just full. All these cars are full. All these cars are full. No, all these lots are full. I'm trying to cross the street. All these lots are full in these car dealerships, and it's just sitting there. And they know that. That's the thing, because no one wants to deal with insurance, have to deal with all the car payments and the maintenance on top of that, and then the credit score, because if you don't do something right, your car could go get totaled and everything. It's just a whole lot. It's just a whole lot of car maintenance. So my generation, not only we can't afford it, even if we wanted to, even if we could afford it, we have to deal with all the stuff to maintain it. Like, and then on that, we have to deal with the traffic and everything. The road infrastructure, I hate cars, okay? I don't hate them, but dispatch. This whole infrastructure of the roads, this road right here is just completely new. All this is new, okay? This road infrastructure, they repaved this. But as you see, as soon as you go over there, older. You see the tint color? Different. And they just redid this as well. You see, okay. I can't stand the road infrastructure. It's just all over this place. This visual scan. This whole entire infrastructure is terrible. It's jacking up our cars and everything. This cheapo, whatever this stuff is. And then not only to mention the cars too are shit and everything, just breaking apart and stuff like that. And then it's just a crap ton of money and stuff like that. And not only to mention this, getting stopped. I don't want to get stopped at all because they keep making all these extra stuff and extra laws and everything. I understand for safety reasons, all clear. Stop speeding and all that stuff. Okay, no problem. All I'm saying is, because of the infrastructure and how it's built, and they're not designing the roads in a way that's more efficient, it's not working. Don't get me started with traffic and everything. Dispatch. And if we have all this, especially during rush hour, traffic is terrible. All right. And apparently, I think Trump was it Trump? It was somebody. Somebody was signing somebody in government. If it's Trump, shame on you. Even though I like you. Signing something to where public transit. Where public transit, this is a classic Republican move, okay? They always removing infrastructure stuff and stuff for public transit, removing funding for these public transits and stuff like that, and replacing it to force people to get cars, but we can't afford cars. But let's just say, even if we could afford cars, it's just going to be a whole lot of cars in these roads. These roads are never big enough. And the expressway I just walked across of, whenever that started getting jammed up and everything, all they do is just build another lane. Just build another lane. I think it's somewhere in Texas. They literally have a 28-lane expressway. That's terrible. All right. Like, it's just not making no sense. And because of this, I don't want no car. Because me, I just don't have to. I don't want to deal look, it may be a little biased because I don't like cars. I really don't know much about cars. I'm just be straight up honest, okay? And I don't really like cars, and it could be a bit of, you know, inexperience with cars, the reason why I don't like cars, okay? I'll give you that. You can shame me in the comments all you want, but the thing is, I like trains better, okay? I like trains better because they're way more efficient, less crashes and stuff like that. Way more efficient, faster, safer too. Yes, safer than these stupid old cars over here and these parking lots and everything. Like, seriously. The thing is, with trains, all you have to do is just one throttle, used by hand, up for forward, middle for coast, and back for braking, and you can always park it just like that. You know, look, because I honestly, if I'm just being honest, I don't want no car, okay? It's too much to maintain and everything. It's just so much. Hold up. Yeah, it's just so much to maintain and stuff like that. And then not only to mention, I hate playing victim, and I hate playing the victim card and stuff like that. Being a black male, not black man, because I'm not a black man, being a black male, getting stopped by the police, and I'm being 100% compliant. They want to act a fool because a bad cop want to act a fool because they think I'm driving while black and stuff like that. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm personally afraid to drive. I want to, but I just don't want to deal with all that, okay? But that's not the main primary reason why I do not want a car. It's just the whole money cost and everything of maintaining it and stuff like that, to keep it running and stuff like that. And then these little crunches that come up, and then traffic, and then it's just a whole lot. It's just a whole lot. And then, yeah, it's just a whole lot of crap when it comes with cars. That's just too much, okay? I really do wish I had superpowers. If I was Side Leader Ray, who is a super version of myself, spoiler alert, watch Side Novel, link in description, pin comment, watch Side Novel, you'll see. But if I was the super version of myself, if I had any superpower, I would be Side Leader Ray. Side Leader Ray, if I had any superpower, I'd just have a train / roller coaster / plane, all right? I just do that, all right? Traffic in Chicago downtown is terrible, in any downtown for that matter. And this road infrastructure is not getting any better. It's not getting any better. So that's the gambit. The main point, Gen Zs, we cannot afford cars. We're kind of afraid to get cars because we don't want to deal with all the car insurance and everything, and the car maintenance and stuff like that, and then the traffic laws and everything. We could be doing everything right and stuff like that, and it still don't work. It's not a black or white situation. All I'm saying is, they're making up all these new laws and stuff like that, very inconsistent. The infrastructure is not built. The infrastructure is not built to make the rules so clear, okay? I understand there are books and you should know all this hand in hand. I'm not making no excuses. All I'm saying is the infrastructure is just not built. And then, okay, oh my gosh, this whole car dependency thing is stupid, okay? If anything, and now that it's our safety, okay? We have to deal with all these car crashes and everything. No. I'd rather just walk. But that's the thing, unfortunately, we live in a car dependent society, so we somewhat have to adapt. So what do y'all think? I don't want a car, I want a train, but whatever. You can't get everything you want. I'm at the store now. And especially getting hit by a car twice. I could have been dead last year on my birthday. My wrist is still messed up from that because people don't want to drive. Don't want to drive, don't want to listen to everything. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.